Welcome aboard the Teak Rail. Today we're talking about distress signaling. And we talked in a previous video about the Solar Smoke Pyrotechnic. You pull a pin, throw it overboard, and you get a big plume of smoke that can be seen during the daylight by other ships and by helicopters equipped with FLIR infrared cameras. A great tool and my favorite Pyrotechnic, but there's some problems with the Pyrotechnic. One is it's kind of dangerous to have these flares on board your ship, and two, they can be dangerous to use. The handheld flares specifically can drip slag down if you're on a life raft. It can put a hole in your boat. I have flares on board my ship and on board my boat. I think they're a critical thing to have, but this is a nice little tool that is a lot safer to use, and this is called a Great Land Laser. All right, this is one that I keep. Great Land makes two types of lasers, and I'm going to talk about this one. I'm going to tell you what I like about it. I'm going to tell you what I don't like, and I'm going to give you a little demonstration of how it's used. Now, this laser kind of shoots out a beam of lasers. So it's not like a laser pointer that you have in an office or that you can buy in a regular store. Those shoot a single laser beam out for a specific direction. Now I have one of those green lasers. I like it for celestial navigation. I teach my 7-year-old son which stars are, and it's got a nice green beam that's visible and you can point out the stars. That's a lot of fun, but it's not good for signaling because you got to get that beam directly on someone in order for them to see it. And that green laser beam is really strong. You can blind someone with one of those. They're a little bit dangerous. This instead has kind of a flare that's arranged not like a point, but like a beam. So it's shooting a beam of laser light that can go and intercept people that fans out. All right, and what you do with this is it's got a little sight that you can sight through it, and you point it at the helicopter and another ship, and you wave it. You give it a little flicker, kind of like those reflective mirrors, signaling mirrors that have been used for many decades and are effective. And you flicker it at the person, and they can see this very bright laser light out of it. I like that. I like the fact that it's small and you can tuck it into a go bag. It's got a little lanyard, so you can put it on the life jacket. If you ever fall overboard, you can signal the boat so they know where you are and can come back and pick you up. I like the fact that it's good quality material. I mean, this is not heavy, but you can tell it's well built, steel construction. That's also has a gasket in here, so it's waterproof. You could drop this in the water and it's still going to work effectively. It's got a nice gasket inside to keep it waterproof, and a really strong lithium-ion battery that's going to last a lot longer than a Pyrotechnic flare, and it's nice and easily replaceable, so you can keep a couple extra of these on board, and when one runs out, you can just remove this and you got your flare again. Unlike a traditional flare, which once you set that off, it's gone. You have to discard it. A traditional flare, the Solar Smoke flare, my favorite, only lasts for 3 minutes. This is going to last significantly longer. Plus, if you have extra spare batteries in your go bag, it's going to last indefinitely. One thing I tell people with the Pyrotechnics is you want more than the Coast Guard requirements, because you're going to want to shoot one maybe aerial flare right when you first get in distress to warn people, and then as the boat or helicopters gets closer to you, you're going to have to light off more flares in order for them to follow in on your direction. Now that gives us two types. You're still going to need an aerial flare with this to kind of let people know that you're in distress. But once they see that you're in distress from a long distance, once they start coming towards you, this is a great item to let them hone in on your actual location. So I love that. It's, if you have spare batteries particularly, it's going to last a lot longer than 3 minutes. You don't worry about using up all of your flares, and it's a backup after you've used up your flares. This thing is still going to run, and it's really good. What don't I like about this? Well, this particular model, I own two of these. I love this product, and I have both. This one's a red flare. It's not quite as strong, doesn't have the distance of the green flare. The green flare is a little stronger, and I like that one a little better than this red flare model. I also, it is small, and that's one of the things I like about it. It's also one of the things I don't like about it. It's really easy to lose or misplace or get lost in the bottom of your grab bag, your distress bag. So that's something that you have to be careful about. Otherwise, this is not my primary. I like the Pyrotechnics better. They're brighter. They're going to get people's attention better. So I still have Pyrotechnics, but this is an excellent backup that's going to last a lot longer. And how it works, like I said, is it fans out. This is going to show you the top of the flare, and you just flick it. You line up sight, just like a gun sight, and you line up and you just flick it at the ship or the helicopter that is coming in your direction. And unlike those single laser pointer flares that can blind someone, this, because it fans it out, it's going to reach those miles of distance, but it's not going to blind someone on board your boat or blind your rescuers. A great little backup device that I like. It's the best non-pyrotechnic signaling device that you can have that's used for daytime and nighttime. Signaling mirror is great for daytime, but this can be used during day and night, and I really like it.